This podcast is powered by As Always Entertainment. If you enjoy this content, consider becoming a patron over on patreon.com/asalways. Other than to support this show for just $1 a month or more, you get access to over 50 exclusive episodes of the Kill Connor Clubhouse podcast that release every week the Kill Connor Club podcast isn't on. You also get a week's early access to the Spoilercast show, The Cinema Room, and plenty of cool perks such as being part of polls for future videos on our channels, as well as other early access material. With that said, please enjoy the podcast.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of the Cinema Room podcast, the Spoilercast podcast where we talk about movies, television show seasons, and video games. We spoil the shit out of them. I am one of your hosts, Tyler, joined as always by James.
As always, how's it going?
It's going well, man. It's going well. How about yourself?
Wonderful. I'm pretty good. That's
good. Today we are spoiling the shit out of and talking about Iron Man 3. So we're into phase 2 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Last week we did the Winter Soldier, or the last episode we did Captain America the Winter Soldier. So we're in the phase 2 era of now, even though we haven't recorded the Captain America Winter Soldier at the time of this, but
we should have done them in chronological order. That was stupid.
Hey man, when we're here now, we've done the intro, so here we are.
Why they got to be that way around?
You know what? We'll just hey, because I've now said it, so that's the way it's coming out.
Okay.
Because you're gonna sit there when you've got to edit and do all these pre-records and be like, how do I do it? And then you look at the list, and that's the list I've ordered them, so that's the list you'll end up doing them.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You did do Winter Soldier, then Iron Man 3, then Thor and the Dark World. Oh,
Thor and the Dark World, yeah.
And the Dark World.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah, can't wait for that. I haven't watched it back. I've only seen it twice. So, yeah.
You know what, that's not surprising. I don't know why I said that with such surprise.
I saw it in cinemas, and then I watched it again before Infinity War. So it's been 2 years probably since I've watched it. And I forget, Whereas Iron Man 3, I've watched it this year before Endgame, I feel like, or at some point. And Winter Soldier I've watched weekly. Yeah. I've watched weekly for the past 5 years, I think.
That makes sense.
But yeah, Iron Man 3... And of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to the Cinema Room podcast, this comes out a week early on patreon.com/as always. The reason this podcast exists is because of the amazing people over there, mainly our Patreon producers that make the show happen. That's King Richard III, Smexy Dork, Elsico91, H+12, we've got Big Shoe, Seth, and Josh Devillier. I realised the list might be wrong, and you're going to have to record the list, I just remembered. So you can cut that out, James. Yeah, because it's right. November. This is the November list, which we don't know yet.
Josh Devillier, King Richard III, Smexy Dork, Elstico91, Real Cinema in Hawkins, aka H-Bars12, Seth, Ballsack47, Damien, Billy the Team Dynamite, Captain Robertson, T-Man or Travis, Super Tuber Eddie, Baby Boy, Casey Wood, Pink Flame 313, Adam Sunling, Alfie Rochelle, Jamie Brown, Jesper Olsen, Lumistrad, Didlotic, Mario5380, Luigi8053, The Creed, Dane Schmidt, Fat Fuck Cuck, Brendan or BQ Overlord, Ravjai, Ikraic, Oscar, Benedict Parker Returns, Jim Lee, Jameson Lad, Connor DeRose, Bully in the Alley, Max H, Gene, Zeke Collins, Son of a Bitch, OG Adogo, George, Noah Watts, Furious Coco, Nick Miller, The ACMJS, Travanoski, Kassassin, Kyle, S. Yours, Marcus Blackburn, Emil Catborg, Joshua Mora, Ginkgo Swag, Malahar has Big Dick, Master Bass, Ashton the Lad, Amir the Synth Potato, Yazen, Joe the Sexy Boy Smith, Joe aka Founded Scarab, Iron Man's for the Dads, Deraday, Alfie Robert, Brian Ford, Casper, Fishy, Ben Fryer, and Andrew Martinez.
This podcast began as film connoisseurs, we're now cinema connoisseurs.
Yes.
That's how it's evolved. It is the Cinema Room podcast. So
You're right. It's not the film room.
It's not this fucking... What a stupid name that is.
It's the film room.
Yeah, it's not the fucking film room. It's the Cinema Room podcast. Exactly. Talking about Iron Man 3. The third film, by the title, in the Iron Man trilogy. Overall, personally, don't like the movie that much.
I know you don't. That's upsetting.
But I've rewatched it last night. And I've got really straightforward reasons. And this is the thing. This is how I feel about the movie. I either love an aspect of the movie or I hate an aspect of the movie. I don't feel indifferent about anything in this movie. There's about 60% of this movie that I'd say 50% of this movie I hate, 50% of this movie I like. Okay. And it just evens out to being a blah movie to me.
Okay.
I think I like it more than Iron Man 2, but I might even like Iron Man 2 better in some ways. It just... Okay. I feel like Iron Man 2 is just average the whole way. Whereas this is like, when I don't like something in Iron Man 3, it's like fucking vitriol, hatred.
Oh, what could you possibly hate so much?
It just annoys me. And it's just the more I watch it, every time I rewatch it, it annoys me more. But we'll get into that. What do you think of Iron Man 3?
I love Iron Man 3. I think
do you
it's
really
great.
love Iron Man 3?
Yeah, I genuinely do. Every time I watch it, I'm like, this is like, because I used to say, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, and Thor: The Dark World are like the 3 worst movies. But every time I watch this movie, I'm like, this is way better than I remember it being, and I enjoy it. And
this is way worse than I remember it being. It's always that.
I don't know. I just love that it's not, because I feel like Iron Man 2 is such a retread of Iron Man 1.
It is, which it completely is.
Whereas Iron Man 3, I love that it's a continuation of Avengers and what Tony went through, and it
is for about 20 minutes though. Then it just doesn't really talk about it again.
I mean, he does it all the time, all throughout the movie. There's little bits and pieces.
Oh, what? You mean the panic attacks and that's it? But it doesn't really get addressed. It's just like
no, but
that
it's important,
plot line that it really. It's important to what's set up, what's next. You're correct, and I like that about the movie. That's what I like. You're talking about an aspect I actually like about the movie, and I like that it's in there and it sets up what happens with Tony. But it's not a big aspect of this movie. So what happens in this movie sucks. But that's what the setup it does is great. That's what I like about it.
That's what I like about it, though. Is that the point of it is just a setup, just to show that it's there, but it's not the primary plot of the film.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. The primary plot of the film is fucking dog shit.
It's not that bad. It's alright.
Guy Pearce and flaming people that are never addressed again and make no fucking
They're
sense.
in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I'll have you know.
Oh, no one cares about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's not even canon. Maybe canonized
it. It's not canon anymore. That's upsetting. So Guy Pearce's exploding men are only in Iron Man 3, and that's about it. But I think this movie has a strong first act. I think the middle is a bit of a down point. And then you get the bit where Tony's like, sort of, I don't have the suit, but I'm determined to do what I need to do, and that's all fucking cool.
And they're trying to do the Dark Knight Rises, but worse.
I don't know.
Like where he's like, I won't be Iron Man, I'll just be Tony Stark, but still running around like I'm Tom Cruise or something in a Mission Impossible movie or James Bond.
Yeah, but the point is, he's trying to be a hero without the suit. That's the point.
He's fucking Iron Man. Wear the fucking suit or shut the fuck, or sit in a lab.
Character development. Okay. Shut the fuck up. I'm not having this. And look, the ending's a bit boring. Like the whole fight with all of the suits coming in, and like you don't really get a good look at them, and they sort of just waste a bunch of cool suit designs, and there's not really any point, and they all blow up. It's sort of like I'm not really a fan of that whole action sequence, because Guy Pearce is also not a very compelling villain, and so there's that.
Yeah,
but
great actor. I love Guy Pearce, and yeah,
he's fine. But the actual
Guy Pearce, the actor, is not a compelling villain.
Yeah, you're right. But overall, I just enjoy Iron Man 3. I love the start, like the first act. I love the actual ending. The middle bit is like sort of a low point. The final battle is like not that good. But I also love the stuff with Tony just being Tony. I love him just where he's with that kid. What's the fucking kid's name? Harley.
Do you really?
I like their relationship. I think
it's okay. Like there's one scene where I've seen it how many times and I still laugh at it. It's just like, do you know how I know? He's like, I'm cold. Yeah, I know. Do you know how I know? Because we're connected. And he drives off. Like,
I fucking love that. That's a meme on our Discord server. If you do
Is it really?
! Connected, it's just that GIF, because it's like people will use it if they say the same thing as each other at the same time without intentionally doing it. They use that.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't know that. I did not know that. I like that.
So I like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, there's definitely aspects of their relationship I like, and okay, this is the thing. The thing I hate the most about this movie is the villain. This is the thing I hate the most. And I like Guy Pearce in a lot of movies. Really fan of his as an actor. And I think he's actually a really good villain in drama films, not as much in an action film. Because he's an easy guy to actually hate. He's great at playing like a fucking douche, which he does play in this. But then when he's like trying to be a compelling, like menacing, powerful villain, in terms of action, it's not very believable and kind of shithouse. Because the movie starts off, so Iron Man 1, you're dealing with these Middle Eastern terrorist groups, the Ten Rings, and they kidnap him, and then this third movie, you kind of, sounds like you're dealing with a similar thing, where the villain is the Mandarin, this Middle Eastern terrorist doing all these terrorist attacks, bombs, blowing things up all over the US. And he's sending these video messages that are so fucking interesting. Like the first one where he talks about, he brings up a historical point the Americans did to the Indians, that the Americans soldiers, they waited till the Indians left, the hunters left the village and left the women and children behind, then they went and massacred the women and children. And he brought that up, so he did the same to some army base where he went or a church, I forget what he was talking about, but killed the women and children when the men went out. Like, so he's like, we're just doing the same thing you guys are doing, and he brought up the Chinese fortune cookies and how they're actually an American invention, all this sort of stuff. Like, I loved the videos and the way he was describing, like, his vitriol for America, and they were able to explain it well, and how he's using their history against him. Like, I just thought it was so compelling. So fucking compelling as a villain as the Mandarin. And I was like, all right, okay, we're going for a similar vibe to one. This villain's compelling, and he's clever. That's what he was compelling about him. Because it's like, against Iron Man, Iron Man's going to face-to-face kill this guy, obviously, very easily. But the thing the Mandarin has is this sneakiness about him, this one step ahead about him. Mm-hmm. That's what I was compelled about the first half of this movie. The first act is really strong because the first act you're dealing a lot with the fallout for Tony of Avengers 1 and his obsession with building the suits. You're dealing with the Mandarin and his development, and you're like, all right, this is fucking pretty good. This is actually pretty good. And then we get into this point where the middle section after is, house gets blown up. I don't like, I'll tell you the scene I don't like, where I'm like, the first part of the movie, I'm like, okay, this is dumb. He tells the Mandarin where his house is. Apparently a terrorist is able to just fly helicopters in American airspace in Los Angeles and blow up a mansion. Get fucked. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Like, it was just so stupid. Like, you're telling me no one did anything about this? They just blew up a house?
But isn't that because he's not actually, like...
Exactly. And we'll get into that. I hate that about it, too.
Yeah, I hate that, too, but that's why it happens.
Yeah, but it shouldn't have happened. Anyway. But even if they were, like, it's not like they're American army choppers, though.
Are they not?
No, they're not American
How
army.
How can you tell the difference?
But why would the army be shooting Iron Man's house? Doesn't even make sense.
They wouldn't be. Hang on, I'm trying to get a good look at these. I'm just scanning through the movie to have a little look.
Yeah, but they're not going to be army, right? Like, well, that doesn't make sense at all.
They're they're just like news, like helicopters that just have loads of guns on them. They're
missiles
like
on them. Fucking retarded.
Secret things. I guess, I don't know. It's a superhero movie. I don't care.
I do. It annoyed me. It annoyed me because I was just like, this is dumb that this is happening. This is like a Michael Bay action moment, is what it felt like. It felt like just blowing shit up for the sake of blowing shit up, and there wasn't really a point of blowing it up either.
Guess they were trying to do him in.
But do something more clever than just blow up his house.
Well, no, I get it, but the point is that the villain's
trying
actually
to poison him.
That's why, which is
why the movie fucking sucks.
Oh, I don't know.
Because
I don't think that's why the movie.
Then
sucks.
you get to this point where he's already like he's flying to fucking some reason this town in the middle of nowhere, where he lands in he meets some fucking random kid that's not Peter Parker, so it doesn't matter anyway, and and then he finally chases down the Mandarin, him and War Machine, sorry, the Iron Patriot, gay, and and then the Mandarin's not even the Mandarin, he's just some British actor. I was like, oh, what a fucking shit show. So the build up to this villain shit is just shat all over, because you have this menacing villain that's dangerous because he's a step ahead, but he's not. He's just fucking Guy Pearce the actor, but he can be really hot.
Yeah.
That's the villain, man.
Yeah, look, I'm not a fan of that or anything. I like Trevor Slattery. I don't like that he was not actually the Mandarin, but I do like him. I think he's kind of funny. But that's not really the point. I
Because
guess
it was very Joker Dark Knight-esque, with the videos and sending the videos and the whole step ahead thing. There was just elements that I liked about it, the same way you'd like the Joker. Obviously, not trying to be the same villain or anything, but it's just those things that you like about the Joker what I liked about him.
Yeah, it's not a well put together. I don't really know how this happened.
It felt like they were trying to do a James Bond Mission Impossible movie, but it just wasn't as good. That's what it felt like to me.
Really?
Yeah, it honestly felt like a Mission Impossible movie, but not good.
Oh, I don't know.
It felt like Iron Man for the first 40 minutes of the movie, and then they're like, let's do James Bond, but not as well written, with a character that doesn't make sense.
I don't know about that. I just like that he has some time to not just rely on the suit all the time. I just think it's good character development. I just like Tony Stark as a person, so really seeing him do anything I just enjoy. And seeing him actually be smart as well, where he's like, building shit and everything. That's interesting. That's cool. He's not just flying around blowing shit up. That's fun.
Yeah.
But I think it's probably around the hour, maybe hour 15 mark that it sort of falls apart a bit, which is when he finds Trevor and he's like, oh no, it's not the Mandarin, it's just this random actor. And then you got Guy Pearce, trying to do his plan or whatever, and he fucking kidnaps him. And then they're trying to get into Rhodey's suit and everything.
Yeah.
And it's like,
and I think, do you know what else I don't like about the movie? It's not like the scene's not good. I don't think the action's very good in this movie. There's another thing. I don't like the action all that much. Like, you compare it to Winter Soldier, which comes out like less than a year after it. The action in Winter Soldier is so fucking well done, and this is it just felt like Michael Bay. A Michael Bay action movie.
I think I'm with you on that. The action's not that good. I think my favorite action sequence in the movie is probably when all those people are falling out of the plane and Tony has to go.
But do you know what I don't? But this is what I don't like about that part of it, right? Like, that is the best action scene in the movie, and they showed that scene for trailer. All the marketing was that scene.
Oh, I didn't see any of the trailers.
Oh, of course, you weren't watching this.
No.
Yeah, all the trailers. I remember they did a scene of the movie, like the Super Bowl, and it was that scene, and it's like, well, fuck off. Mm-hmm. That's annoying. Because that was the best fucking scene in the movie, and they fucking took it out. But yeah, no, I'm not a fan. Not a fan of the action. But I did obviously not a bad scene at all. But yeah, that's it's annoying as fuck, if I'm being totally honest, James.
Okay.
It's annoying as fuck. I'm trying to think of things I liked about it, to be honest. Let's have a scan through this fucking movie.
I like the ending speech he gives when he gets the arc reactor removed.
You know what? A narration annoyed me on the rewatch. Listening to the narration, I'm like, why are we narrating it? Why are we narrating this?
Because it's a superhero movie.
But they don't know. And the fact that they're trying to build stakes of we've built up to this in Tony's life by doing flashbacks of these two characters that no one gives a fuck about. Who is this botanist girl, by the way? Fuck her. Who the fuck is she?
I don't know.
Because she shows up they slept together one night. We're supposed to care about it. It's supposed to mean something. She shows up at the house like she's an important character. And it's like, hey, bitch, you're not important at all.
That was strange.
You're not important at all. Don't pretend to be important. And then she's actually good, but she's actually bad, but she's kind of actually good as well. And make up your fucking mind, you dumb bitch. You're the worst. And get out of the movie. And I was glad the Guy Pearce, the actor, shot you.
Yeah, I don't know who she is. Guy Pearce actually did that on set. He was so irritated that she came out of nowhere. He just gunned her down.
Yeah. Best character of the movie, Happy, probably.
Oh, I think Rhodey's the best character in this movie because he's so confused and bewildered all the time. I love it. When he doesn't have his suit at the end and he's just running around, but he's really fucking good at it as well. I fucking love that because it's so weird just watching Don Cheadle do it, and he's jumping across all these things and he's got his gun and he's swinging from ropes and stuff. I fucking love that. It's so silly. More silly than Tony Stark.
They did Rhodey better in this movie than Iron Man 2, I must say.
I barely even remember him in Iron Man 2.
He kind of just gets a suit, and it's like, okay, I guess so. Mm-hmm. But Don Cheadle, this is kind of felt like he really came into it in this movie.
Yeah, he did. I love him. He's great.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like him. He's good. He's real Rhodey, not like that other fucking guy that has his own maths.
Terrence Howard, yeah.
fuck Terrence Howard, huh? What a piece of shit.
What's this thing called? Teriology or something? That's his
Yeah,
maths,
one plus one is 2. 1 times 1 should also be 2, not 1. I know real maths. You guys don't understand maths. It's like, hey, bro,
God.
you're a fucking idiot.
I'll punch that cunt in the face. Fucking stupid. How do you understand multiplication?
Yeah, why is 1 divided by 1 should be 0? It's not minus, you fucking idiot. Why is it 1? Why is 1 minus 1 1? It should be 0. You're a fucking dumbass.
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah. Dumb.
Yeah.
What about with Pepper at the end? Where she's like...
Oh, where she's on fire
that?
and then they're just
Yeah,
like... And then she had a surgery and now it's gone.
Oh,
it's
is
like,
that what happened? Yeah, I
yeah.
forgot about that.
Oh,
Yeah.
we fixed her up and then I thought, let's fix myself up. And he's narrating it and I'm like, hey, Tony, shut the fuck up.
He's just really smart.
Fucking dumb. We're gonna drop her, make you think she's died, but obviously she's not dead. But she's actually a flaming person. I hate these flaming people. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Flaming people? What a shit sort of villain. And it's just some generic handsome guys, like the main, like, other baddie for Guy Pearce. It's just a bunch of handsome white blonde guys. It's like, we're bad. It's just a bunch of handsome people.
Why do these people who make
set on fire.
superhero films like not understand how to make compelling villains? I mean they do now somewhat, but like, why? Who made this movie and thought this is really good, or did they just not care?
They've got the Mandarin in their building. I'm like, oh, this is what a twist it would be.
So weird.
I know you think it's this good, really compelling villain, but the twist is going to be it's actually a shitter villain, and the compelling villain's an actor. What a twist!
Weird. Why would what? It must have looked better on paper, I guess. I don't know.
I'm angry, by the way,
head.
talking about this. If you can't hear it, I'm actually annoyed. This movie annoys me so much. And talking about it makes me more annoyed.
Yeah, that's fair. There are some annoying aspects. I like the beginning bit where bloody bloke from Iron Man 1 is there, the one in the cave. What's his name again?
Yeah, I do like that, but all... Yeah, whatever his name is. Also doesn't matter. But, and I'll tell you why that annoys me. I'll tell you what, that annoys me too. Because I hate the start where it's like flashbacks, and they're like, this has been a build-up for my life for a while. It's like, no, it hasn't. This random guy that directed this one, none of the others just wrote it. And he's ruining it, and this movie sucks. So, yeah. I like Thor the Dark World better than this movie.
No, you
now.
Don't. Stop
Yeah,
it. That's ridiculous. Yeah, Thor the Dark World is appalling.
No. Loki's really good in it.
Yeah. So...
Really good. Yeah, really good.
Yeah, but the rest is fucking bad. It's just such a boring movie. And Thor's not even that interesting in it.
Well, Thor's not interesting until fucking Ragnarok, let's be real.
Exactly.
I mean, I always liked him, but, like, he's not, like, interesting.
No, he's not.
Yeah. What's Natalie Portman's character's name? Jane Foster?
Jane Foster.
She's so compelling, huh? No,
yeah, female Thor now.
Can't wait to bring her back. No, but, well, I'm sure Taika will know what the fuck to do with it. So, if he thinks it's a good idea, I trust him. But, anyway, Iron Man 3, what a fucking shit movie, huh?
Oh, okay.
What is it you like about it? So we agree, Tony... The setup to Age of Ultron that's kind of in there, but it's not really important to this movie. It's just there so you know it's there for later.
Yeah.
We acknowledge that?
I like that.
It's just there so you know it's there for later. We like that.
Yes.
That's good. No problems there.
Yeah.
What else is there? Like, the relationship between Pepper and Tony isn't really... like, what's the development with that? He lets go of his suits, but he actually doesn't, because straight after he doesn't.
Well, yeah, it's like he stops being Iron Man, doesn't he? Because he's like, I don't want to be Iron Man anymore, and so I'm gonna build all these robots or whatever. But then he is still Iron Man in Age of Ultron. I don't know. That wasn't really conveyed properly. I don't think that was a strange. It's a strange one.
And the thing is, like, the thing I liked about that they kept referencing, but to me, it's what the Russos did so well with Endgame, was throughout the first act of this film. Again, the best part of the movie. Tony and Pepper, like, there's a lot of references to I can't sleep and I'm always worrying about it. Again, the whole Thanos stuff. Like, it just, I felt like this aspect of it was really played on well in Endgame. And again, that's
Yeah.
the great part of the storyline. Again, as we said, not really a part of this movie, just there to be there for later.
Mm-hmm.
I like Happy in it because Happy is honestly one of my favorite, if top 3 side like supporting characters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
I fucking love him.
Yeah,
He was
too.
great in it, and just how like weird and over the top he is, like watching and being overly suspicious, and yeah, I love that stuff with him.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, the kid, fine, I guess.
I like the kid. I like his relationship with Tony. I think that's nice.
But it's not played on again. He's just oh my god, he's there in Endgame. Okay.
Yeah,
But
that's nice. But that's not really the point. I think that it's just nice to see Tony's relationship with a kid, and just to show that, you know, he'd probably be good with a kid. And then, like, I guess that, I mean, it's not that important, but it's like, it's just the scenes are enjoyable to watch, I guess. I don't know. It's just nice seeing Tony with this guy, and they like, he has a lot of admiration for him, and it's just nice. I don't know. I enjoy them. It's nice seeing Tony just be Tony, like, not having to focus on being Iron Man, but he's like, you know, doing his thing. I don't know. I like all that stuff. I think it's good. I think it's good character development for him.
okay, I don't hate that part of the movie at all. I think it's fine. I'm not gonna rave about it, but yeah, I like the kid's fine. I like their relationship. I like seeing Tony there, but it's a very random segment that's just kind of in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. What else am I supposed to like about the movie? Because the rest of the plot isn't good.
I think it's just, I mean, it's not the
It's
best
almost
MCU
like
movie at all. I just don't think it's the worst. I think it's fun. Like, I enjoy it, and I think it's because I enjoy Tony Stark as a character, and I think he elevates the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm not as big. Like, I love Iron Man's my second favorite MCU character. He really is, but I don't love him enough that he makes this movie good for me.
I just like seeing him in situations. I just think that he's good. Like, that Robert Downey Jr. does a good performance, and that's enjoyable. I don't know. I just like that. I like Rhodey.
Maybe I don't like Iron Man as much as I thought I do, like, as a character. Maybe I just don't. Like, I feel like in Endgame, like, fucking cry my eyes out every single time I've seen the movie. Cry my eyes out. Like, I love him. I really do. But, like, I love him when the movie's good. I don't care if he's in certain situations. Just, I don't, you know. Steve Rogers, I could just watch. I don't really give a fuck what he's in, you know. Even Tom Holland as Spider-Man, I don't really care what's going on. I love him. Guardians of the Galaxy, same. But I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just, I guess this movie doesn't, and maybe I've seen Tony's Iron Man 1,000,000 times, so it's just not enough anymore when I rewatch the movie. Because I'm like, well, I could just watch him be Iron Man in so many other good things. I don't have to watch this movie in particular.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know.
man.
Maybe it's, I've seen it so many times, I focus on more of the things that I like more than the things that I don't like, because I'm just so used to them. I'm like, oh yeah, it's just that shit thing. So maybe I'm just enjoying the movie for what it is, but I think the things that I like. The things that I don't like, I just sort of like, I get over it. I don't really care. Like, it just doesn't bother me at this point. Like, it's just Iron Man 3. So I guess, I don't know. Like, it's not the best MCU movie. It's not even top 10 or top 15. I don't know, maybe it is. I don't know. I don't remember my list.
It's my bottom 5, if not bottom 3.
It's, you know what, let me check.
Obviously, I don't even count The Incredible Hulk, but if you want to pretend that's in there.
MCU movies. I have Iron Man 3 at number 15.
At number 15.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me get my list up.
It's above The Incredible Hulk, Thor the Dark World, Captain Marvel, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Ant-Man, Thor, Iron Man 2. It's above those movies, for me, personally.
Iron Man 3 is bottom 4. So it's above Iron Man 2, Thor the Dark World, The Incredible Hulk. That's it.
Ugh.
Yeah, I'd rather watch...
Captain Marvel? Oh,
yeah, I'd rather watch Captain Marvel.
God, that movie's fucking shit.
It's not that shit,
Oh,
man.
it really is shit. I actually can't stand it.
Yeah, you just can't stand Brie Larson.
So boring. No, it's just so fucking boring.
Yeah.
It's just one of those movies. Like, I'm just so sick of those fucking MCU movies. Like, fucking Iron Man 2 and Ant-Man and the Wasp. Oh my god, Ant-Man and the Wasp is so fucking bad.
It's not that bad. I love Paul Rudd so much.
Paul Rudd is
I could
great,
watch Paul
but,
Rudd
like-
do anything. I'd rather watch Paul Rudd in a situation than Iron Man.
he does not save that.
But I guess
shit show.
but Ant-Man is also less shit. You don't have that many movies to watch Ant-Man in. Whereas Tony, I can watch like 10 movies that he's in.
true.
I don't have to watch Iron Man 3. I can watch Civil War. I can watch any of the Avengers movies. I can watch the first Iron Man.
Yeah, true.
You know?
That's a
Iron Man
good
2 and
point.
3 are the worst movies that Iron Man appear in. There is, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Could see him in Spider-Man Homecoming. I love him in that movie. I love him in Civil War. Like, I hate him, but like I love because he's there, and it's one of my favorite MCU movies, top 3.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I've also been deciding? Because Winter Soldier's always been in my top 3, but Winter Soldier might be number 1. Like, the more time goes on, I could watch that movie every day of my life.
It's very good. I think it's my number 2.
It's fucking tremendous.
On my list, I've got it as number 4. I think I need to rearrange this list. That ain't right.
That's fucking retarded.
No, I think it should be number 2. Especially after rewatching it the other day. Let me make that, move that up a little bit on this all important list.
It is an important list.
It is.
It's gonna be weird putting TV shows on the list.
Yeah, is that how are we gonna do that?
Yeah, of course. It's MCU.
Oh, that's so weird. Yeah, you're right. There we go. Okay, so I've got Endgame, Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, Homecoming. That's my top 5.
So you do like Homecoming more than Far From Home?
Oh, I don't think Far From Home's on here. No, Far From Home's not on here. Okay, let me just change that. Spider-Man, Far From Home. There we go.
So my top 5 is Endgame, Winter Soldier, Civil War, Homecoming, Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's relatively similar to mine, because if I just took out Infinity War and Far From Home, it'd be the same. Because I have Homecoming, then Guardians at 6 and 7.
Yeah, I have Infinity War and then Far From Home at 6 and 7.
We've got a very so our top 7 are the same movies. They're just in a different order.
Different order, yeah.
Yeah.
But you always say my list is shit. Well, that's not. It's fucking the same. We just disagree, I think, on the bottom area.
Yeah, because you've probably got Black Panther really high, or something.
I got Black Panther at 12, so right in the middle.
Oh, mine's at 13.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I've got... My top 10 is... So 6 Infinity War, 7 Far From Home, 8 Avengers, 9 Iron Man, 10... I'm going to change this, actually. 10 Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, ours is very similar, actually.
And then it was Guardians of the Galaxy 2, but I actually I've rewatched Thor Ragnarok. I like that better than Guardians 2. Guardians 2, Black Panther, Age of Ultron, Ant-Man, The First Avenger, Captain Marvel, Ant-Man the Wasp, Thor, Doctor Strange, Iron Man 3, Iron Man 2, Dark World, Hulk.
See, that's where things get a bit weird at the end.
It's really just Captain Marvel you disagree with.
I don't know.
And
I've got,
Ant-Man.
What's mine? So I've got, my top 5, and then we've got Spider-Man Homecoming, Guardians of the Galaxy, Thor Ragnarok, Guardians 2, Avengers, and that's my top 10. And then Iron Man, Captain America 1, Black Panther, Age of Ultron, Doctor Strange, then Iron Man 3, Iron Man 2, Thor, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Captain Marvel, Thor, The Dark World, and Incredible Hulk is my list.
Yeah, right. See, not that dissimilar, especially like our top 10.
Yeah, it's similar.
Well, that's it. That's why we get along. But I think most people with common sense can agree. Like, what other movies are people putting in the top 10? Some people probably put, like, Black Panther in there.
Ugh.
But that's about it. Like, no one's putting any of those other movies that we've got below
Captain
that.
Marvel, I'm sure people are putting Captain Marvel in the top 10.
Oh, I don't know. Are they? Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember anyone talking about Captain Marvel being fucking that good. People are like, oh, it's fine.
I think it's that good.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I like it.
It's I don't even like it. Watching it infuriates me. It's so boring. I need to watch it again.
I like Fury in it. I like the Skrulls. They're great.
Fury, but he gets his fucking eye scratched out like by a cat. I don't understand why that creative decision.
But it's not. But it's not a cat, is it?
No, it's not. But like, it is a cat though.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I can't disagree with you there. That's a very Tyler thing to say as well.
What?
But it is a cat, though, isn't it?
It's not a cat, but it is a cat. Which is really
Like,
weird,
we all
especially after
agree
the
that-
line in Winter Soldier where he's like, last time I trusted someone, I lost a 9. Like, I get it, it's like Fury to use things as like, he's just lying because he's like, I can use this to make a point. But at the same time, it's like, it's weird that it was just like a cat and it was played for jokes, and it's like, ugh. It's weird.
True, I guess. But, you know, it's...
The fucking cat ate the Tesseract.
The cat did eat the Tesseract.
How did the fucking Kree, what's her name, Marvel, ever even get the fucking Tesseract when it was on Earth? What'd she do? Because fucking Howard Stark got it and fished it out of the sea, which is what Fury says in the first Avengers.
And then it's on the army base in Endgame.
Yeah.
Which is in what, the 70s? 80s?
Something like that, 70s or 80s. And then
It would be 70s, because it would be when Tony was just being born. When was Tony Stark born? The early 70s.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then somehow Marvel gets it and puts it on a fucking spaceship. At some point in between then and the first Avengers film. And for some reason, Fury just never, like, he's just like, oh, Howard Stark took it out of the sea. Like, I guess it's because it was in reference to Captain America. But it's weird that it never came up. I mean, I get it because the movie wasn't made. But, like, it's a weird retcon to do when it's such an integral part of your films. You could have done anything else. And it doesn't really serve a fucking purpose other than to be like, oh, look, it's that thing that you know about. But other than that, there's nothing really to it other than it being, like, a cheap reference to the Tesseract. Weird. Why are we talking about Captain Marvel? Fucking...
I don't know. We just got onto that. I'm saying it's better than Iron Man 3.
Mm-hmm.
Which I agree it is. Other than, obviously, Iron Man, Tony Stark is in every possible conceivable way a better character.
How the fuck is the story of Captain Marvel more interesting than Iron Man 3?
Mate, the whole movie's fucking ridiculous of Iron Man 3.
But it's still better than Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel is the most boring shit. It's nothing. So boring.
I've only seen it once, man. I'll be honest with you. I've seen it once, and I liked it. And I liked the movie.
I've seen it twice. And I liked it both times, and now I don't like it.
You hate the idea of it more than you actually hate it.
No, I don't. I actually don't like it.
Because I actually got annoyed watching Iron Man 3, and I'm like, oh, fuck this fucking movie.
I need to watch Captain Marvel again. And then I'll be sure that I don't like it.
Yeah, well, I think you'll love it. I think you'll be like, you know what? I liked it even better the third time. Because I thought you said you liked Captain Marvel better the second time. I'm pretty sure I remember you saying something along those lines.
I did, because because after the first time I was like, yeah, it was fine, and then I started hating it, and then I went and watched it with George because he hadn't seen it, and then I was like, oh, that was better than I remember it being. Oh, that's pretty good. And now I hate it again. Because I think I think it's like in the moment I'm like, oh, I'm having so much fun, superheroes and stuff. But then after I have time to like dwell on it, I'm just sort of like, actually, that wasn't very good. I don't like it. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I'd have to watch it again, but do it like completely objectively and just sort of sit there and be like, do I actually like this film or not? And I think I'd come to the conclusion of no, but I don't know. I don't really want. Also, I don't really want to watch Captain Marvel again. But maybe one day.
Yeah, right. Well, if you do, tell us what you think.
I will.
Maybe we'll do a second cinema room, a follow-up cinema room.
Captain Marvel 2. No. Well, yeah. Captain Marvel, the second cinema room. Captain Marvel 2. Fuck, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm trying to say it's a sequel to the cinema room, not a sequel to the movie. But you get my point.
A second opinion.
Captain Marvel, a second opinion cinema room episode. Yeah, sure. No.
But to be fair, like, I don't think do you disagree with anything I said that I didn't like about the movie?
No, not really. I just think you dislike it more than I do. Like, those things that you dislike, you hate, whereas I'm like, yeah, it's a bit shit, but I don't really care.
The flaming people piss me off the most.
Yeah, like, I just don't care. I'm like, yeah, that's dumb.
What's a worse set of villains? What is a worse idea for villains in any MCU film?
The fucking Captain
At
Marvel
least
bloke.
dark elves are from space. That's something interesting. You're supposed to be making me believe people are just on fire, and then we never address that shit again.
Ironmonger. He's a fucking big Iron Man evil guy. That's pretty dumb.
At least he's using like mechanical shit to do his shit. He's not just. He can just get really hot. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Fucking yeah, I guess so. You're right.
James, that's just how I feel, man. That's just how I feel.
Yeah, it's fine.
And also
I
the
think it's a
whole
fine
plot's kind of dumb. I hate the fucking botanist girl.
movie. Yeah, she's dumb.
Yeah, 30 minutes in, his fucking house blows up and the movie just goes to shit. He's in a fucking town, there's a kid there, that's okay, I guess. But then everyone's just on fire and he somehow cares about the town, but he doesn't really. The flaming woman pretends to be a cop. She's not, she's a flaming woman, she gets really hot. The Mandarin becomes ruined. Iron Patriot's lame. I'll tell you a scene I do like, you know when he gets that news truck and the guy's just got a tattoo of Tony Stark? That's cool. I like that. Yeah. That's a funny scene.
That's a nice bit of banter, yeah.
Yeah, nice little bit of banter.
Mm-hmm.
Then it tries to become Mission Impossible movie. The Mandarin sucks balls. The botanist is actually evil, but then she's not evil. Then Guy Pearce, the actor, shoots her and kills her.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's just some big fight scene. Well, then there's a fucking plane scene, which is okay, but I saw it on every ad for months before the movie came out. And then there's just one of the worst like sort of action culminations at a port for some reason.
Yeah, it's a really boring like location. They're trying to say that random president, like the president is just some white guy. Like I don't know
and then
who
Happy's
that is
kind
or
of
why
forgotten
he's
about the
there.
whole movie until the end when he's in hospital.
Yeah.
And then it's narrated by Tony Stark and how he's grown and stuff, but then he actually hasn't because it's forgotten about in every movie that follows it.
When is this movie set? Must be after, so it's
2013.
like 2013, yeah.
Yeah, so 2013, which is when it came out.
Okay, yeah. That's weird because in Luke Cage, they talk about Obama being the president.
Yeah.
So why wasn't he the president in Iron Man 3?
Obama
Obama
so they
was
talk
the
about
president in
Obama.
2013.
Yeah, but it's just a random guy's president. There's no like it doesn't. It's
Yeah,
in
which is
Marvel
weird.
world. They didn't like that he was the president's black in real life, so they're like, we're gonna change that. It's not me that said that. I have no problem with it. It's
But then
them.
in Luke Cage, they're talking about how Obama was president. So what the fuck is going
but that's
on?
not canon, is it?
And not anymore. But it was canon. So what the fuck was that all about?
No, it's not canon.
Yeah, but it was canon.
No,
So
it's
what
not
the
canon,
fuck?
man.
What the fuck happened?
It was. If you ever thought that was canon, you're kidding yourself.
They dreamt it up. Luke Cage dreamt it up that Obama was president. He wanted it so bad, but in the MCU universe, Obama lost the election to this random guy. I don't even know his fucking name, but his name's like
Doesn't
President
matter.
Winters or something.
Doesn't matter to them apparently because he's white. That's all they care about. I'm not saying that. They're saying that. Disgusting.
Oh god. Yeah, well, Luke Cage isn't canon anymore, so that's fine. This has been a really great Iron Man 3 spoiler cast where we've talked more about Captain Marvel than we have Iron Man 3. But that's,
You
That's what
don't
we
like
do.
Iron Man 3.
You are?
You don't like Iron Man 3 though, do you?
Yeah, I love it.
No, you don't. You can't.
What was the post-credit scene? Oh, yeah.
It was him with Banner doing therapy or whatever.
Yeah, Banner's got really short hair.
Yeah. Not a bad post-credit scene. There's a lot worse out there.
Yeah, it's just sort of alright. It's not really that important.
Well, like, yeah. It wasn't
That's
even
why he's fucking narrating. That's fucking why, because he's telling the story to Banner.
Okay.
There's your explanation.
Oh, he was telling the story to Banner. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
I fell asleep. I wasn't
And that's
listening.
when he gives that epic speech where he's like, you can take away all these things, but you can't take away that I am Iron Man. And Banner was there, and he's like, wow, this is fucking
Oh, and he
melodramatic.
said it how to end it. He said that he's Iron Man at the end. That's fucking sick. I love that he did that.
Yeah. It's like Steve Rogers always saying, I can do this all day. Like you
He
think
said
it's,
that's
you think
good
it's
and
poignant.
interesting.
No, but you think it's poignant when you hear it in Civil War, but then you're like, oh shit, he actually also said it at the end of the first one as well. So he does just
Avenger,
say it
yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Which
And
is
then
what's funny to me. Like, I didn't
and then
realise
they
he
make
said
fun
it at
of
the
it
end of
in
the first
Endgame.
one. Yeah, I
But
know.
then he
I
says
like
it
that.
in Endgame, and it's like, oh, that's
I
fucking
like that.
awesome.
I like that. Because I remember when I was watching Civil War for the first time, I forgot that Captain America said that line at the end of the first Avengers. So I thought it was just like a callback to when he was in the alley.
Yeah.
But then I realised, oh no, this is the third time he said it. Which is funny. So it's like that. Tony Stark just says, I am Iron Man all the time. He's done it like 3
Yeah, that's
times
true.
now.
Yeah, he has said it like 3 times.
Which is great. There we go. I don't know. Do you have anything else to say with regards to this film?
Nah, man. Iron Man 3 fucking is just okay.
I think Iron Man 3 is a 10 out of 10.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. I think every MCU movie is a 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Just some movies are slightly less, like, caliber of a 10 out of 10, but, like, they're all 10 out of 10. Even The Incredible Hulk.
Even The Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my hot take.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, cool. Well, thanks, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to us talk about Iron Man 3 and just the rest of the MCU like we always do every fucking time we talk about the MCU.
I'm sure we did it last week on a last episode on the Winter Soldier podcast. I'm sure we did it there too.
That we're about to record.
We haven't recorded it yet. I'm going to make sure that it happened.
That's good. I'm
great.
glad you're making sure it happened.
I can change a previous podcast. Hey, listen, I'm going to... oh no, I was gonna say something and like predict the future. I don't fucking know, but I can't think of anything relevant that would just be dumb. I'm sorry. Okay, we're gonna wrap things up.
Let's wrap it up, man.
Okay, fantastic. All right, thanks everybody so much for joining us for this episode of the Cinema Room podcast. This is where I'll insert the list, right?
Yeah.
So it'll happen at the end. Alright. Josh Devillier, King Richard III, Smexy Dork, Elsterco91, Real Cinema in Hawkins, aka HBars12, Seth, Ballsack47, Damien, Billy the Team Dynamite, Captain Robertson, T-Man or Travis, Super Tuber Ready, Baby Boy, Casey Wood, Pink Flame 313, Adam Sunling, Alfie Rochelle, Jamie Brown, Jesper Olsen, Lumistrad, Didlotic, Mario5380, Luigi8053, The Creed, Dane Schmidt, Fat Fuck Cuck, Brendan or BQ Overlord, Ravjai, Ikraic, Oscar, Benedict Parker Returns, Jim Lee, Jameson Lad, Connor DeRose, Bully in the Alley, Max H, Gene, Zeke Collins, Son of a Bitch, OG Adogo, George, Noah Watts, Furious Coco, Nick Miller, The ACMJS, Travanoski, Kassassin, Kyle, S. Jaws, Marcus Blackburn, Emil Catborg, Joshua Mora, Ginkgo Swag, Malahar has Big Dick, Master Bass, Ashton the Lad, Amir the Synth Potato, Yazen, Joe the Sexy Boy Smith, Joe aka Founded Scarab, Iron Man's for the Dads, Deraday, Alfie Robber, Brian Ford, Casper, Fishy, Ben Fryer, and Andrew Martinez. See you later, I guess.
I guess. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for joining us. I don't know. I'm all turned around.
We'll see you next week for Thor: The Dark World.
Oh, yeah.
Bye.
Bye.